Hey everyone, it's Emoni from Emoni Reads and Reviews, and today I'm coming here on this channel to review a anime that I watched on Netflix called Happy Marriage. So we're going to go ahead and begin. Okay, so let's talk about the background of the show. My Happy Marriage, also known as Watashi no Shirazi na Kikon. I know I probably butchered that, but I watched this on Netflix and I watched it with the English subtitles and the English audio. So yeah. Anywho, so this is a romantic fantasy based in an anime setting, and it has an alternate version of the 19th century in Japan where magic exists. It's based on a light novel series by Akumi Ajikoji, and this story follows a quiet, mistreated girl who finds an unexpected love through healing in an arranged marriage. All right, so now we're going to move on with the character analysis of most of the characters in this series. So we're starting off with Miyo Kudo. I am going with her married last name because obviously she's getting married and her family isn't the best. So Miyo is a shy, timid girl who struggles with her self worth due to years of emotional abuse by her family. She's dedicated, but she's strong inside, learning to open her heart over time. Okay, so this is Kyoka Kudo, and he is marrying Mio. He is a serious and intimidating man who's actually hiding a very gentle heart, and he's very loyal. He is feared by other people, but he is patient and tender with Mio. Okay, so this is Takahito. He is the current emperor of Japan in the story. He is very important because he is deeply connected to the spiritual matters and recognizes the true value of Mio's hidden powers. He supports Kyoka and Mio's relationship because he understands that their bond is important for protecting the nation from the supernatural threats. Okay, so this is Arata Usaba. He is a mysterious and powerful man from the Usaba family, one of the strongest magical bloodlines. He is actually related to Mio through his mother's side. Arata wants to protect Mio, but he also tries to pull her away from Kyoka, believing that she should return to the Usaba family to be awakened and so they can control her special powers. Okay, so this is Naoshi Uslui. And he is the villain of the show amongst most other villains. But I will say the one thing about him is that he did grow up with Mio's mother, and he loved Mio's mother in a very special way, not just in like a romantic way, but like literally as a brother and sister relationship. So, when before Mio's mother passed away, he wanted her to come with him so that she can be safe. And she just felt like he was just rejecting her because Mio's mom really wanted to stay with Mio to raise her, but she ended up passing away. So, this man kind of goes out of his way to do all of this crazy stuff to try to kidnap Mio again because he's just so unhappy with his reality and he doesn't want to live without his Mio's mother, Sumi, that's her name. And because of this, he just goes on a rampage trying to destroy Mio's marriage and try to destroy the military in Japan, who are pretty much the leaders over this area of magic. And he is trying to use the magic to create chaos and do like all these evil things. Whereas Mio and her family, they're trying to protect the magic so it can protect the entire town, the entire country. And during this time period, nobody really knows what's going on. Pretty much everybody is kind of unaware of what's going on, but the emperor and Kyoka and Mio, they know what's going on because Mio's having all these dreams, and she actually met this guy and her mother in the dream, so she understands why he is so strong hold about her mother, because she had this dream where she's seen them in this reality. And eventually this man does end up passing away, because he just cannot accept that Sumi is not here with him. He has a lot of built up anger, and he pretty much shows up in every episode of this show. And like, it's just so much. And like, he kind of irritated the heck out of me because of that. But I'm just like, At the end of the series, I'm so happy that he actually was able to go back with Sumi without any more regrets. Sumi forgave him, and this, and that, and the third in the like the dream realm, or like the spiritual realm, because they both passed away. So anywho, I'm gonna give him two thumbs down. But yeah, this is this guy. Okay, so this is Kaya Saimorei, and this is Mio's half sister. After Mio's mom passed away, her father remarried, and he remarried a very evil woman who they both had a daughter together, and this is the daughter. She's spoiled, and she bullies Mio, and she's jealous of Mio because Mio has a magical gift, and she's favored in the means of her gift, where on the other hand, Kaya, she isn't. So she brutally mistreats Mio, and she's jealous and selfish, and she tries to ruin Mio's future plans, but she is the one who ends up bitter and alone. Okay, so this is Huzuki Kudo, and this is Kyoka's cheerful and supportive older sister. She helps Mio learn proper manners to fit into high society, and she becomes one of Mio's true best friends. Hazuki is a kind and playful and protective sister for Kyoka and also for Mio. And I love her character because at first she was definitely harder on Mio because, she didn't really know her that much, but she realized that Mio is definitely a better support for Kyoka because she brings out a better light in him. He isn't as like hard or headstrong when he's around her, so she realizes that Mio is a really good person for her brother. Okay, so this is Sumi Simorei, and this is Mio's mom. She does pass away at a very young age, leaving Mio to fend for herself in her very abusive household with her father. She always looks after Mio, kind of in like the spiritual realm and everything, just protecting her. And then she also wanted to make sure that Mio did not know she had any powers because she knew how powerful Mio could have been, because Sumi herself was extremely powerful, and she actually ended up marrying into Mio's dad's bloodline because they really wanted to use her for her powers. But when they realized that they thought that Mio did not have powers at first, so they mistreated her because they figured, well, she's nothing like her mom, so we might as well just treat her like a servant girl. So although her father comes from this prestigious background, he spent her entire life treating her like crap. And Sumi kind of realizes that, so like sometimes she'll come back into the dreams with Mio to kind of guide her throughout her life and everything, and Mio was able to really get to know her mom in a better light and realize that what she did was really for the greater good, because Mio often in this series did struggle with trying to figure out her powers. She didn't really know how to control them. She didn't know if she would be able to come out of any situation regarding the dreams, and also protecting others, because often in her dreams, like, if something were to happen to someone in the waking world, they would just be toast. And she really wanted to prevent more people passing away. So she really wanted to work hard with getting her powers to go well. So Sumi, towards the end, she does kind of have a recollection with the one villain in this show and everything, and is telling him to, like, chill out, because your anger is what's causing you a lot of strife, and it's really not because I passed away, it's more or less for you. So she Sumi, if she was still here, she would definitely have been a healer for her entire family, because she already had the power, she's already had the magic. So to be completely honest, she would have been like a powerhouse. But like in the spiritual realm, she's definitely a powerhouse, and she's like protecting everybody, especially Neo. All right, so we're going to move on to the three major events in this series. Number one, we're going to talk about Mio's forced marriage to Kyoka. She's never known who Kyoka was. She didn't know where he stand for, how powerful his family was. She was kind of out of loop when it came to this man. Her sister knew who she was. Kaya, she knew who Kyoka was, and was trying to her best to try to like get him to like her, but initially she didn't know. Mio didn't know who Kyoka was, so she was terrified to go and marry him. And really, on Kyoka's part, he ran through so many women. Really, not in a bad way, but like so many women he was supposed to marry in the past. They did not like how threatening he was and how intimidating he was. He didn't never really smile with the women, and a lot of the women that he was supposed to marry ended up being turned off by him. But Mio was the only one who was, she really seen it through with him. She stood the chance with him because she just felt like, oh well, he can't be as bad as my family, which that's real for real. So now we're going to talk about number two, the development of Mio and Kyoka's relationship over time. It did start off very patchy because they didn't really know each other, and Kyoka was kind of really like, he was kind of mean. He was mean and kind of rude, but Mio just kind of took it as a grain of salt. But at the same time, she was extremely timid by him because she didn't really want to mess up around him. And when she really started to like him, she got even more timid because she just felt like, oh my god, like I can't believe I'm with him. I can't believe I can marry him. Blah blah blah, like that, right? Whatever. So they began to trust each other, and it became a really great relationship because ultimately, when they found out that, Mio does have these powers, and Kyoka is also strong as well. They were able to help each other. She was able to save him on numerous occasions, and he for her. So it was a really dope situation, honestly, because when you get magic involved and stuff, it makes a series go on and on and on and on. But this having a romance element to it kind of made it better because you know you are already kind of rely on your spouse or your significant other anyway. So when you both have a talent and you can rely on each other, and you know that at the end of the day y'all are gonna both make each other safe no matter what, that's pretty dope. And also Mio had to let Kyoka be a man and be a soldier and protect her, and then he had to be okay with her doing the same for him. So that was pretty cool. And then I'm going to talk about number three, revelations and mysteries. As the story progresses, both Mio and Kyoka uncover each other's past secrets, their powers, and the true nature of their family's expectations. These revelations do drive the story. I'm sorry you guys hear anything in the background for real. Like, I'm in my living room, but my kid is up, and there's traffic outside, so hi. All right, so the reasons to watch this show is because of the emotional growth of all the characters, particularly Mio, who goes through a significant emotional and personal growth, which makes her a satisfying and heartfelt journey worth watching. Number two, beautiful animation and soundtrack. The anime features stunning visuals and a captivating soundtrack that enhances the emotional depth of the story. And then romantic drama. It's really cute for the most part. Honestly, I'd say that yeah, I think Mio is a bit too timid, honestly, but for the most part, it's really sweet to watch. It's very slow, but it's a great romance, and it's great that the characters build up on each other from episode to episode. It is 2 seasons, so people really do enjoy this series. All right, reasons not to watch this. Number one, it is slow pacing. It takes a while for you to understand what's going on in the series. It does take a while for the couple to like each other, really. And it's only because Kyoka, he was just so stubborn, and then Mio is just so timid. Every time you hear her, she'd be like, like a baby. And it's like, like, what you doing? Like, why you talk like that? But, culturally, I guess it makes sense for this time period because women were not supposed to be all loud and acting a fool. But Mio's sister was doing that, and then also you have Kyoka's sister, who was high class, but she had an education. So those two women were able to kind of be more boisterous. But Mio, maybe because the way she grew up and just being like very shy and timid, people are already picking on her. She was made to be a servant. She's just always like timid and rigid and stuff. And it just kind of make like I'm not gonna lie, but it did make me like not watch the show for like a long time, and then I picked it back up because I didn't like that. I just felt like, why do y'all have to make her sound like that? Like, oh my goodness. And she has such a powerful like power, you know? And I like towards the end of the series, it did progress towards the middle to the end that she didn't have that timidness anymore. Like, and then she kind of did let Kyoka know, like, hey, this is what I like about you. You know, she wasn't like acting all weird around him, and she wasn't like insecure about herself and her powers because she knew that she had to protect people. And sometimes you need that realization in life. You know, sometimes you have to realize that, look, the world is not pointing at you and looking at you. You got to keep moving on. You got to keep going because we all been there before, like doing all that rigid, timid stuff. And it's like, you know, come on now, like, you really that girl, and she really was, you know. So now we're gonna talk about number two, the potential predictability. Look, some of these words I cannot pronounce. I know what they say. I know how to read them. I just cannot. I cannot phonetically say them. Okay, because I just can't. But anywho, number two, the story is pretty much predictable. You'll know what's going on. Like, let's be honest, it is a romance show. It's not like they're gonna like divorce and split up, because I would be devastated if that did happen. I do not like romance stuff like that unless the guy was a piece of crap or the girl was just like for the streets. But I will say, um yeah, we kind of knew what was going to happen, obviously. Like the way that the behavior that Mio has, she's not the type who's going to be like, you know what, I'm going to leave and putting my foot down. Like, no, she's not that type of person. But Kyoka, I will say that I was surprised that he did become like a very like kinder gentleman, because he realized that, you know, wow, she is kind of like really I don't want to say this so it can sound weird, but he kind of realized there was like a huge gentleness about her, you know, based on her like age and like the situation she'd been in. Like, let's be real, like she was kind of dang near arrested development in my case, in my like how I view her sometimes, only because like how she grew up. Like everybody kind of just picked on her and made fun of her and stuff. But Kyoka was definitely there to kind of help her get out of her shell, and then also her having her own magic and getting to know her mom in the spiritual way. So I mean, I guess like it was cool, but like it was just, you're gonna know what happens in the story. Like, you don't need another season to know what's gonna happen. But I will say, the besides the romance, like the action and stuff in the show was really dope. Like, honestly, like that was really dope. Like seeing everything from the spiritual realm, seeing like how their powers work together, Kyoka and Arata and Mio and everybody else. Like, that's pretty dope. Also, the last is emotional themes. It's a lot going on in the show emotionally. Kyoka's mom was really mean to Mio too. And it's just be only because she just felt like, you know, basically he don't deserve to be with a peasant girl who don't got no magic. But they all shut up when they realize she do have that. And it's like, dang, I don't know, maybe this is a mom thing, but me, I have a son. Okay, my son gets older, I'm not gonna be hawking down his neck when it comes to like women that he chooses to marry, as long as the girl got sense, you know. And I'm not putting myself in a situation because I made my faults. I done what I did already. But I would prefer that, I would not be so much in my kids, business until they get older. Because I just feel like every time I watch something, it's always the same situation with like mothers are literally trying their best just to get their sons to like be molded to what they wanted their husbands to be. And I just think that's so weird to me. Like, I don't understand that. It's like, I can understand you're being a mom, and like maybe because I'm not experienced enough as a mom, like my kid is like a toddler. But I mean, I just feel like, there's some ways where, look, if you see that your son is happy with somebody and your son is still thriving as an adult, you need to chill off of being rude to his spouse. You need to chill out of being rude to his friends and all of that, because at the end of the day, like, that's where he's getting his happiness. This dude was always angry all the time. He even shouted at his mom. He didn't even have a good relationship with his mom. And so everything I watch is the same thing, even in my personal life. I see this so much, bro. Like, it's like, okay, again, predictably, that's what it is. Okay, like, it's, yo, like, what you doing? Like, if this man was going to marry this woman, leave it alone. This girl she had better powers than Kyoka. If we gonna be real about it, she helped him numerous times, and he just sat there like, oh, I I don't really know what to do, but I want to protect her the best that I can. And I'm not saying he didn't do anything, but like Mio definitely saved his butt and his team so many times in this series. It's like, you know, it was just kind of frustrating watching this, to be completely frank with you. Okay, but okay, so the show rating I'm giving this show is a 7. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't like the best thing ever. Like, I love Hallmark movies. This was not a Hallmark movie, not even by a landslide. Okay, it was just a slow pace, predictable, limited action. Although, it was some action in the series, it wasn't too bad. Honestly, the action that we did get was very intense. It was really good to watch. Overall, it is a sweetheart show, but I mean, it just comes with its good and bad. Ultimately, my favorite character, I would say, it is probably Kyoka's sister. Only because I just always liked her personality. I thought that she was just always really sweet, and she was just always like so optimistic when it came to Kyoka's situation and his future, and also who he was marrying. So I thought that was really great. And then also with Mio and Kiyoka, they did end up getting married. So that was also great. But again, I just rate this a 7. It wasn't bad. I will not be rewatching it. So yeah, goodbye. All right, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed this short video on this anime, Happy Marriage. And if you have watched this, please comment down below your thoughts about the show, whether you like it or not. Um, it was an okay series to me. But anywho, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I probably will not be on the channel again until maybe a week from now or so, because I am a bit busier right now. But I do appreciate everybody, stopping by, even if somebody viewed it for like 1 second. But anywho, if you enjoyed this video, please comment it down below, like and comment and share. And then also tell me your opinions down below. And if there's any anime that you would recommend for me to watch, please leave them down below. I do like the cutesy stuff. Okay. I love the cutesy stuff. But I've always wanted to like review like other stuff, like, what's the show called? I forget what the show called, but there's like so many animes that I've watched that I haven't really made any videos about it. So I might be rewatching the stuff that I have watched in the past. So anywho, goodbye.